Everyone, it's Jay here, and these are the manga releases for the first half of May. We're going to start with the Kodansha releases. Edu. This is released on the 7th of May, and it's the second volume in the series. And there's been an explosive confrontation between Eito, Riko, and the army, with all hope seemingly lost. What happens results in Colonel Tsujiura descending into the depths of the research facility to enlist some fiendish new allies. And then we have Volume 2, Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You. Just as Mizuho truly considers what Kizuki means to her, her long-admired Saito senpai professes his feelings. With her system overloaded by new and conflicting emotions, Mizuho comes down with a fever. Her childhood friends are eager to help, but soon realise they have their own feelings to face. We have Volume 16 of Drifting Dragons. The crew members of the Quinzaza are grounded, so they spend their time in the city of Sisyphus. There they have a chance encounter with an odd woman who constantly watches the skies. She's hunting a rare gigantic dragon that's slowly plummeting to the ground from the highest reaches, an event that happens only once in a lifetime. Then we have Fire Force Omnibus Volume 10. This one has 600 large-sized pages and contains volumes 28, 29 and 30. We have a new series, I See Your Face Turned Away, and Hikari is extraordinarily ordinary. One day she takes up a new hobby, imagining what a romance would be like between her pretty friend Mari and the cute guy in their class, Otani. It's all in harmless fun, until the roles start to get tangled in Hikari's mind. Does she really have to be just the best friend in this love story? And just who is on Otani's mind when his eyes drift away? I really like the cover of this volume. It looks like watercolour and the colours are just perfect. We have Volume 2 of Medalist, and the Meiko Cup has begun, and it's time for Inori and Coach Tsukasa to take their first steps towards their dreams of entering the Olympics. Together, Inori and Tsukasa decide to focus their preparation training on building a solid base rather than trying to pull off an advanced move like a double jump. But when Inori goes up against Miketa, her rival who has mastered the double, will she have any hope of winning against her? Then we have Volume 6, A Galaxy Next Door. I feel like I don't have to say much here, the cover tells you everything you need to know. The only thing I'll say is that the planning will come with many challenges. We have Volume 8 of A Sign of Affection. Itsuomi makes this stunning suggestion. Will Yuki come and live with him? It takes courage for Yuki to admit why she's hesitant, but the clock is ticking down to Itsuomi's graduation and his trip abroad, and Yuki has to figure out if she can overcome her fears of being a burden and accept. What new tensions will this bring into their relationship? If you want to start reading this series but haven't bought any of the volumes yet, then you're in luck because Kodansha are releasing this series as an omnibus, and the first omnibus is out on the 14th of May. It's a larger than normal size omnibus which contains volumes 1, 2 and 3. If you want a shoujo which follows the growing relationship between a deaf girl and a multilingual guy, this is the series for you. Volume 2, Gazing at the Stars Next Door. This series follows Chiaki, who has a crush on her best friend Subaru, whose acting career is taking off. She's struggling to tell Subaru how she really feels, but will this change when Chiaki finds out what Subaru's latest role is? We have another new series called KEX Yaku. Ichiro is an agent with the Tokyo Metropolitan Public Security Bureau, and he receives orders to make contact with and closely surveil Shiro, a Yakuza hotshot whose bed partners include a considerable amount of influential male politicians. The mission takes an unexpected turn when they realise they've been both pursuing the same cold case: the disappearance of Rion Nakaba, Ichiro Sr. and Shiro's sister. Determined to uncover the truth, the two secretly team up under the guise of lovers to try and pick up her trail. This has an age rating of 16+. Volume 15, To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts. For those who don't know, this series is set in a world where the North and South fought in a civil war. The outnumbered Northerners used dark magic to create monstrous super soldiers called incarnates. Now that the war has ended, those sacred beasts must learn to make their way in a peaceful society or face death at the hands of a beast hunter. In this one, the capital New Fort is engulfed in fire, and there's no turning back. Enemies, allies, incarnates alike lay down their lives for what they believe in. But what will become of the fate of the incarnates at the end of this deadly war? This series is approaching the finale. Then we have something slightly different. It's called Scribbles Volume 3, and it's the third installment of the series by Kaoru Mori. If you love the series A Bride's Story or Emma, this is definitely for you. It contains works from her personal collection of sketches and concept drawings. Then from Viz Media we have Black Clover Volume 35. With Ichika and the others in trouble, Asta arrives to save the day. But has he mastered the new technique? And will it work against Lucius's paladins? You're going to have to read to find out. Then we have Blue Box Volume 10. This is from Viz Media, and it's a sports romance series between a badminton player and a basketball player. After a hectic shopping day, Taiki takes Chinatsu to watch a beautiful sunset, preparing to tell her something important, when he's interrupted by Chinatsu's former teammate, and she is not happy. Volume 15 of Chainsaw Man. A primal fear devil makes its appearance in this volume, which may cause the world to be turned upside down. In the Name of the Mermaid Princess Volume 2. In this fantasy romance, Mio and Yuri flee her father's kingdom to explore the world, making new friends and possible enemies along the way. Mio learns about the other magical abilities and begins to use her magic to help others, but when Yuri is threatened she loses control of her power over water. Is it true that mermaids are a menace to society after all? Then we have Like a Butterfly Volume 6. Suyuren is off on a first date with someone. Unfortunately, neither one of them is quite sure what they're supposed to do on one, and things just seem to go from bad to worse. We have Wolf Girl and Black Prince Volume 7. Kyoya goes full sadist mode when he's tasked with tutoring Erika's little cousin Lena, a headstrong, smart-aleck middle schooler. But Lena appreciates Kyoya's tough love approach, and later she suddenly finds herself head over heels. How will Kyoya and Erika get out of this one? Then we have Yona of the Dawn, Volume 41. Yona and her friends embark on a dangerous mission in this one, sneaking into an enemy camp where the Dromus assassins await. Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 23. Tsukasa and Nasa are closer than ever to unlocking the mystery of her eternal curse. But Tsukasa finds herself haunted by memories of the past. Things only get more emotional when they are called upon to tend the Yuzaki family grave. Then we have Helk Volume 9. As the Empire's army sets out to destroy the towers, a structure pivotal to the humans' plans, Helk and Vermilio enter the land of the humans to confront the Human King. The pair battle through deadly traps and monstrous golems, but the real danger lies in the truth they uncover in the bowels of the castle. Sakura Saku Volume 3. Now that Saku realizes she's in love with Haruki, she finds her heart racing for a new reason every day until Haruki and Kotono start pretending to be a couple to protect Kotono from her ex-boyfriend. You're going to have to read to find out how this all plays out. Moving on to the Sublime releases, we have The World's Greatest First Love Volume 17. And manga editor Ritsu Onodera already feels like his job at Marukawa Publishing's Emerald Shoujo magazine is going to drive him nuts. But then his boss, and first love, Masamune Takano, assigns him special homework. Then we have Volume 4 Therapy Game Restarts. Minato and Shizuma are apartment hunting in this one, but it's finding one they both like that is the issue. Will they find one they both like and get to live together? From Dark Horse Comics we have Innocent Omnibus Volume 2, and this omnibus edition is 632 pages long and contains volumes 4 to 6 of the original series by Shinichi Sakamoto. It is based on the true life of Charles Henry Sanson, the gentleman of Paris, who performed nearly 3,000 executions in 18th century France. We have Hellsing Volume 7, and this is a second edition of Hellsing with revised translations and graphic design. In London, vampire Nazis, Protestant knights and Vatican warriors battle in what may result in worldwide apocalypse. With more to join the fray, who knows what will happen. Moving on to 7 Seas Entertainment releases, we have a new series called Monster Cats. It's a full-colour comic about humans living with adorably monstrous cats, from the author of Yokai Cats and the Evil Secret Society of Cats. So monster cats are a new breed of familiar furry friends crossed with freaky fun. Is it a banshee, a yeti, a gorgon, or a cat? If you want to see what it's like for people who live with these charming, supernatural pets, pick this volume up. Then we have volume 3 of 365 Days to the Wedding. Takuya and Rika work at a travel agency, and to avoid being told to move to the new branch in Irkutsk, I probably pronounced that wrong, sorry. They decide to get fake engaged until the transfer is over. The problem though is that they don't really know each other, and in this one Rika meets Takuya's family, an excitable bunch, but when she meets his beautiful and preppy childhood friend, Rika feels glum. But why? We have volume 4, What He Who Doesn't Believe in Fate Says. This follows a guy called Kosuke, who can see the red line of fate linking soulmates together. He's fallen in love with Yuka, even though her red string of fate doesn't link to him. She's really shy though, and in this one runs to her friend for dating advice, and that is out on the 7th of May. We have Black Knight Parade Volume 3. Former convenience store employee Hino Miharu is getting used to living and working at the North Pole. Miharu is excited about the prospect of potentially becoming a reindeer, a position that is compensated beyond his wildest dreams, but is blindsided when he learns something about his deceased father. Then we have the second volume in A Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch. Jean is a witch once powerful and well known, but now lives on her own in a forest. She accidentally summons a gigantic cat, who ends up being targeted by an assassin. But what will his reaction be when he actually meets the huge cat? I love the covers of this series. I really want to pick this one up. It sounds wholesome. Please do let me know if you've read this in the comments below. Then we have The Duke of Death and His Maid Volume 12. One dark and stormy night, a ghostly couple visit the Duke and Alice. It's a tragic tale of lost love, broken hearts and jealousy, and at the centre is a witch and her curse. At last the truth of the Duke's curse is revealed. And then something a little different, BL First Crush Anthology. And this manga collection features 29 short boys' love stories from a variety of hit manga artists. All the stories about falling in love for the first time. The volume's 184 pages, which doesn't seem very long, but I guess that's the challenge. How few pages do you need to have people falling in love? And then from Tokyo Pop we have A Beast's Love is Like the Moon. Tired of the fast-paced city life, Izuki has agreed to take care of his uncle's house in the mountains, which is said to be visited by yokai. Izuki, dismissive of the superstition, goes exploring, only to be attacked by a yokai in the woods. He's saved by a beautiful man named Haku, who claims to be the incarnation of a Komainu guardian dog. He pledges himself to Izuki and begs him to be his master. However, Haku harbours a secret that could put Izuki's life at risk. Will Izuki and Haku come together in the end? Or will Haku succumb to the loneliness that he's held at bay for centuries? From Square Enix we have Mobsters in Love, and it's a new series, described as a wholesome BL rom-com between a handsome but oblivious mob boss and his young, simple-hearted but moody second-in-command. Akihiro Kashima is the right-hand man of the Sawatari mob, and he has a secret. He's been hopelessly in love for years with his boss. As a trusted subordinate, he's subject to the head honcho's unintended acts of seduction. But with Akihiro's position in the group at stake, he couldn't possibly reveal the infatuation that plagues him. Stuck between duty and his feelings, something's gotta give. Then we have Volume 4 of Mr. Villain's Day Off. The man known as the General of the Evil League likes to have days off from battles of life and death. To that end, he's off out to town in search of wonderful things that will heal his overworked heart. And that is out on the 14th of May. Then we have Ragnar Crimson Volume 12. Back in the present, Ragnar seeks an audience with the hallowed dragon scourges of the Solarian Church. To prove himself worthy, he leaps straight into danger. And those are all the releases for the first half of May. I hope there's something there that you want to buy. There's quite a few new series I'm interested in, and a couple of volume 2s where it sounds like I really want to read that series. I just need more money. But a great place to buy manga is SciFier. They have discounted prices on their website already, but then you can also get an extra 5% off. So if you'd like to use my code Jay'sManga, please do, because it's always great to get cheaper manga, because then you can buy more manga. That's what I think anyway. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!